I guess what did you guys work on as a defense?
The bye week, went really well. We've really focused on tempo, especially because Bowling Green, those coaches coming from Eastern Illinois, they really focus on tempo. So we just, worked on, obviously our offense, is tempo. So we going back and forth with our offense. It was really good to get used to it, getting the calls in, getting the line, and making sure everyone's, has a sense of urgency.
And did you guys kind of get to look at Bowling Green's quarterback, starting that first game last week?
Yeah, you got to say, usually it's going to be the system's the system, and obviously everyone's going to have a little different intangibles based on quarterbacks, but, he's got a strong arm, they're still going to try and go fast pace, and just do their thing.
When Wilson talks a couple times about the defense, he said he's kind of upset maybe conventionalism that starts up front. He said it kind of goes from the back to the front. He thought modern college football. Kind of, what does he mean by that, and how does that influence you as a safety?
I think it goes both ways for starting up front, stopping the run, and getting pressure on the quarterback, which in turn helps us out, and on the back end, just communicating and getting everyone on the same page and covering well really helps them out front, and it's all one unit and everyone helps each other.
Does the change in the scheme affect the secondary less than the front seven, or is there still some subtle differences that you have to adjust to and amend the way you play maybe slightly?
I'd say obviously in the secondary you're only going to run defense can only run so many different types of coverages. I guess you could say it would have the least amount of effect on the secondary, but there's still going to be different terminology and different stuff and communication. But we've done a great job of adjusting to everything, and I think everyone's on the same page.
When you play a team that goes up tempo, since you've practiced against that, do you guys feel fully prepared for that? That's nothing you have to adjust to.
I think you'll still have to adjust it when you get the game in to see their pace of tempo and how they want to control the game. But the biggest thing is just getting lined up, getting the call in, and just making sure everyone's on the same page. Even if maybe you don't get the call from the sideline, as long as everyone's playing the same call, you're going to be fine.
And without revealing any secret game plans yet, when you have a young quarterback, in general, do you try to confuse him, rattle, pressure him, show him things that he hasn't seen before?
We're going to go out there and we're going to play our game. Obviously, we expect them to do different things because maybe he is a younger quarterback, so maybe they'll try and get the ball out quicker, or ease him into the game rather than they would with their veteran quarterback they had. But we'll just handle it play by play and go from there.
And they obviously have the ability to score a lot. What weapons do they have that enables them to do that?
Obviously they won the MAC last year, and they're a very talented team still coming back. They have a lot of great receivers with some skill and some running backs, are very quick. I don't know specific names. I know they have a number 5, number 1, and number 8. They're all rather quick, and just obviously they can break one at any time. So you have to be. The biggest thing for us is going to be getting the line, getting the calls right, and then obviously just tackling and just being on top of things.
Saturday reminder how good MAC teams can do even this.
No kidding. Yeah, that's just it just takes a little bit to be off just against anyone, even not even the MAC. You saw Nebraska, even with McNeese State, you just have to be on top of your game. You can't take anyone lightly, and just go out there and play.
Mark, can you explain a little bit about what your major informatics? For we journalists who can barely type, what is informatics about?
Informatics, or some people call it information science. It's basically applying technology to different fields, whether it be business or sports even.
What would a typical class study? Have you thought about what you're going to do with that after college?
I haven't. I've thought about it. I haven't, narrowed it down as much as I'd like to after. But a typical class is just applying it to, to a certain field to solve a problem with technology, I guess you would say.
Have you always been a techno enthusiast? Do you have to have the latest gadget and do all that stuff?
I guess sometimes, you know, it interests me. It does.
You're good at it, judging from your GPA.
Yeah, I mean it's easy to you know go to classes when you're interested in the subject, and you know, it makes things easier.
One thing Coach Norris talked about in recent weeks is just he wanted you guys to really take that first game and get some confidence from the way you played. Do you feel like guys got a boost of confidence from the Indiana State game?
You know, I think it was great to see us out there. You know, just playing as one unit, and then we can see what we're capable of as a unit. And I think we did gain some confidence from it, but also not to gain too much confidence, knowing that we have a lot of room that we want to still. We have a lot of. I'm trying to think of the word. We have a lot we still want to accomplish moving forward. We still have a lot to grow, and that's what we want to strive for.
I wanted to ask you real quick about Sudfeld's handshakes. How nuts are those things? I mean, I know you and him have a pretty intricate one.
I just know he has a lot of them with a lot of people on the team, and I just trying to remember ours.
How tough is it to remember? I know how crazy is it? What
I
do you
mean,
guys do?
we've done it so many times. We don't even think about it anymore.
What does it kind of look like? Or is it a secret?
Different handshake for different people?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
You got to ask him about it. I mean, he's got to have at least a dozen. But yeah, I mean, I guess it's a secret handshake. I don't know.